Welcome to episode 2 in my squad leading commentary series. In this episode, we'll be going over a fast engagement on the OP First Light map. OP First Light is a US versus militia map. In this game, we're about 10 minutes in, both teams have secured their first 2 flags and are now fighting over the center objective, the storage site. In this video, my squad, Squad 1, is a maneuver element, and Squad 2 and 3 have set up a base of fire that will fix and distract the enemy squad on the objective. So at this point, my plan is to get my squad as fast and as quietly down to around B7 keypad 3 and to sweep across west to east, clearing the objective. What I want to do before we push in is to set up a line and push in as that line. Now, in this scene right here, I'm using the hill on my left to mask our movement. I don't want to get spotted because if they spot us, they're going to readjust their defense to face west, which is the direction we're coming from. So right here, I'm just scanning a little bit with the binocs before we push in. I'm waiting for the rest of the squad. I want to make sure we're not spotted. I don't see anyone on our flank. And I'm just getting my squad ready to go. So right here, I'm alerting squads 2 and 3 that we're making our push in. My squad sprints into the objective. Now I know for sure we're going to have contact in these 2 warehouses. This confirms it right here. The storage site being captured by the US means that they're either in this warehouse or the warehouse over. So at this point I want to get as close as we can to engage the US. So with this warehouse clear, what I'm thinking is they're pretty much all going to be in the next warehouse. And considering how squad 2 and 3 base of fire was somewhere along this line, it's the most logical place for them to be because it's where they can engage squads 2 and 3. So right here, I noticed that both of these guys are in the open, which means that my squad, Squad 1, has achieved full surprise, and we were undetected coming in, and we'll be able to eliminate a lot of US soldiers right here right off the bat because of the surprise attack. So right here, we begin engaging, catching a couple of them in the open. I spray around that smoke just to see if I can get lucky by hitting one of them. I shift around to the other side because I know there's more cover on this side. So as you can see here, my squad's doing a great job of using their GP and just using them to hit areas around walls or in large open spaces like that first GP shot. So now that I know for a fact that my warehouse is clear, what I want to do is keep the momentum up and push and breach into this warehouse from both sides, and to just keep that momentum up so that we can hit them before they can organize a defense. Which is, it's very important that when you're attacking an objective that you keep the momentum up and keep pushing through their defenses. Because the second you let up and you let them regain their breath and set up a new defensive line, you're going to have a harder time trying to take that objective. So right here, we're just cleaning up everyone else in the open. And now I know for a fact that pretty much since everything out in the open is dead, they're most likely holed up in this building and waiting for us to breach. So before I breach this building, I'm looking around and I see that, hey, you know what, there's a huge open side here, and there's also a huge open side on the right. So what I do here is I go for my smokes, and I want to conceal our movement as we cross, just in case there are US soldiers watching us cross. I want to try to conceal this push as much as we can so that I can get as many guys across without taking too many casualties. So I tell my squad, alright, I'm going to throw 2 smokes. As soon as they develop, we're going to shove out. So I'm just waiting for the smokes.
Let's go.
So they're developed, my squad begins the breach. So right here, as soon as I push into this corner here, I notice this. This is a US infantryman's boot sticking through the floor. Now, perhaps further down the line they'll fix it, but for now, remember that as you're playing, your player model can stick out of walls, can stick through the floor. So when you think you're hidden in this current state of the game, you got to be aware of how enemies can see you.
He's on the 2nd floor.
So I call this out. My squad reacts. They all orient up there and they make sure they have eyes on him. Right here, there's a guy sitting behind the coal. He gets taken out, and then I push up the stairs. Remember, keeping momentum up. So if I had waited, that guy would have finished his bandage, or he could have moved to a different location, or he could have peeked the corner. You want to eliminate threats as fast as you can if you have the momentum. So it's very important to keep pushing, to keep attacking. Even if you take a couple casualties, most likely you'll catch the enemy with their pants down, unaware, and unprepared. So hopefully this video demonstrated how a suppressing or base of fire element and a maneuver element works, and how you can take an objective effectively. So once again, just to recap, my squad silently pushed down the south here, while squads 2 and 3 made a distraction and fixed the enemy to the objective, thus creating a distraction and making the enemies orient towards their position, allowing my squad to breach through west to east, clearing it, keeping up momentum, not just stopping at this first warehouse, but pushing fast and effectively through smoke into the next warehouse, clearing it, and eliminating an entire US squad, while sustaining minimal casualties and achieving full control of the objective. So hopefully you can take this information and this experience and implement it into assaults of your own on different objectives, and hopefully this video is helpful for you. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.